Hi, welcome back to another episode. Thanks for joining us again. As you can see, I'm just going to crack on with doing a bit of scraping for now. I'm going to try and get this looking, well, I say reasonable, a lot better than what it is for sure. Just it's really annoying me, hence all the bits, safety first and all that. So in this episode, I think we're going to just scrape through the boat like I'm doing. Like in the last episode, we've managed to empty out all the lockers, go through the boat, go through so far what's what, where we are, what our plans are, and basically take it from there. So join me in a bit, and I'm going to carry on scraping for now. This quickly. Just looks like from where I'm doing the scraping, as you can see, some sort of encapsulated nut inside of here, and that is leaking, and as you can see there's water coming through, and then you can see on the other side here we've got the same here. We've got encapsulated nut just sitting there. And that is, you can see where the water's run behind part of the paint, but it's just soaked this sort of area. I mean, this is fiberglass, it's not wood, but I mean there is usually a wooden button. I'm not sure, I'll have to see. It looks as if there's a wooden button in here, but it shouldn't be too bad just to sort of cut that out if need be. But if we let that dry out, see what damage it sort of caused. I thought I'd just bring us back in here again, because you were watching it from the other angle. I haven't gone far enough. As you can see, we've got anchor chain there, so we've got all of our chain from the anchor up the front, or at the bow, we call it the bow, and this is our netting. So usually this netting stops you from falling out your bunk, but this is coming straight out, we don't need this. So just giving you a brief eye of all of this, just all more paint that's all rough and needs painting, and then around that side, around there, and sort of the lights, hooks, clothes hooks. This is our hatch. So if we look, this is our hatch around here. It looks a bit, it doesn't look too damp. I think this is foam, so the foam, the gasket around it has actually done its job. Got a couple of wing nuts there. So this is the hatch. So, ooh, I'll fall over a minute. So this will be quite nice to get all this all cleaned up, especially just in here. It'll be such a lovely space just if we can convert this just as a nice sort of a weekend sort of liverboard. Say liverboard, just, you know, weekend from home, relax on here when I'm not working, have a cup of tea and all of that. So yeah, back to more scraping. Welcome to the bilge. These are our bilges. As you can see, we've currently got water in them, so I need to get the wet and dry vac out at some point and get this all taken up. Some sort of chisel or something in there. I've got any gloves on. Let's have a look at what this is. What's that? Oh, just a block of wood. Also, I don't know if you can see that, but here, this bit of wire here, we've got a secondary transducer in the boat. So in the last video I showed you one that we had in the engine bay. In this one we've got another one forward of the boat. So this what this transducer is, depth transducer, and it tells you how deep the water is from underneath the boat. Just looking to the left, or port side, which is the left of a boat, which we call port side. Let me just get my camera around and the light. Got a couple of seacocks here. These seacocks are our inlet, which is this one here. Pumps the water into the toilet, or the head as we call it, into the head. And this one, with the bigger tube, lets the stuff out, and hence that bigger tube. So these seacocks are going to be replaced, and I see they've put them on wooden backings. I'm just looking here, you can see they mounted them onto a wooden plate to seal it down to the boat well. What we're going to do is probably spray those with some form of lubricant and ease up the nuts a bit so that it gives us a chance to getting them out, because these are sort of brass by the looks of it, brass fittings. But if we spray these and do it over the next few weeks, over a month, just keep spraying them with a sort of you know, like a lubricant type thing, just to like ease up the nuts, etc. Hopefully, I say hopefully, we should be able to knock these out, because in our survey report, we had seacocks. I'm just trying to find another one. Sorry, that these seacocks need to be replaced. So in the survey report, it said all the seacocks need to be replaced on the boat. So we're going to do that anyway. Going to take out this heads, take out this loo, free up some space in here for us, so that we can get in here and work it out. What is noticeable, if you can see as well, is we don't actually have a sink in here. So people going about their business, and there isn't anywhere to wash your hands. What's in there? Let's have a quick look. So there isn't anywhere to wash your hands. So the idea is, let's put the light over there so we get some more light. Sorry about this. Over here, if we could put some running tracks sort of along here on some wooden tracks either side, we could sit the sink actually over here that is pushed away. When you use it, you can slide it forward to yourself, wash your hands, push it back. Sort of maybe think about redoing this back bit to incorporate a sliding sink that slides backwards and forwards for us. That way we've got a working sink next to the heads, rather than using the other sink, which I'll show you in a second. Hopefully you can hear me alright under this mask, just from where I've been scraping out in here as well. You can see over here, can you see there's like water lines here? This looks kind of dry where I've been sat scraping it down and sorting this out. If we have a look, let's see if I can adjust the light as well for us. If we have a look here, as I'm making my way further around, you can see this is either, I'd have to again have a look up above the boat and see what that is that's bolted down. We've got 3 bolts. It's probably a cleat or something, but it looks like it's got damp before, because you can see the water has run down here. A little bit of damp where the joint is. That's probably for the bylight. So the bylight is the light that goes at the front, and it's got the red for your port, green for your starboard, for your navigation lights. Yeah, so I'm just making a start and scraping all of this lot off. It's getting there, and I think I'm going to stick to the plan of get as much as this scraped off. I'll probably put a wire wool on a drill bit or a grinder or something and just sort of just go at it, sort of like a medium soft brush really. Brush all the excess off, clean all the sides up, get all the sides done, and then I think we'll look at putting some vinyl headlining up, get some ply boards, cut them to shape and put them up here. I am thinking of putting an additional bulkhead, I reckon, up the top here, so you can see where the anchor chain comes in here. If we can put a sort of another piece of ply, a couple of battens here and here that we can attach it to, then we should be alright. I see there's a bit of water over there as well. Looks like a bit of something's run down from those bolts as well, so we're going to have to look at all the fixings and that and seal them. But yeah, if we get a board, put in there and put an inspection hatch in it in the centre, that way you can take the hatch out and then you can still get access to the chain, because when you're using anchor and putting it out and pulling it in, sometimes it doesn't want to run here as smoothly as you want it to, so sometimes you've got to pull it, undo a knot, all sorts. So yeah, bulk that out, panel this lot, get some nice lighting in here, make it nice and comfy, and yeah, that's it for now. As we saw a moment ago, there was the two encapsulated nuts that we had water ingress, some sort of water ingress. So if I just switch the camera around for you guys, if you have a look just up here and here, so if we have a look at what is in that area, it looks to me like, I mean, there's the vent and it's next to the vent along there, so it's got to be where these wooden grab handles are. As we go further along, one of the bolts for it is sort of leaking and bringing water through, which is it's not the end of the world, but it means we're going to have to at some stage take this off, reseal the nuts. But I mean, they're encapsulated underneath this lot, so I don't really want to be cutting out this. We might get away with just sort of drilling out the screw, or drilling out the bolt in the wood, and then just replugging it with a bit of wood. But that's something we can we look at in time. As you can see, the weather is pretty poor. I'm looking forward to cleaning up this lot. Just come to the forward cabin, or what we call the V-berth. I don't know, I'll show you on the camera in a moment. So the V-berth is basically what it is the V at the front of the boat, and it's just another cabin. We've got the hatch here, and the hatch I can't open just yet because we've got the mast on top of the boat. So the sail bags are usually kept in here. We keep the sail bags, and it's easier just to hoist them because we've got a hank-on front sail on this boat, which when we start doing rigging and looking at mast work, we can sort of go through how and price wise of how we're going to deal with the roller furring, or if we're going to keep the hank on, and it all comes down to price, of course. Basically how we deal with that at the time. Anyway, so this is the V-berth. It is awful. It is all this paint, as you saw me earlier, just starting to make a go at scraping paint. It really needs a good going over. I mean, we've got extension leads here that are just flowing into the boat. I'll just move this out of the way. As you can see, extension leads just coming in from nowhere. They're coming out. We've got lights there coming out. Lights this side too. And just bare wire shown along here. So all that's going to go. I think it would be quite nice to convert this up the front. I say convert, basically make it all good, make it nice. I would like to put headlining up in here because we've got the sort of rib effect again. Put headlining up, carpet our sides out, make it nice and cosy, and it'd be quite nice to come down to the boat and stay a night on it. You know, do a long day when I'm not working, come down to the boat and somewhere to sleep overnight. We've got spring. We've just gone into spring, and we've got the summer coming up, so it'd be lovely to have this sort of painted out first. If we could start up here, I know I've just started scraping down there, but next up, when the weather improves, start scraping this lot off. We've got the paint that we'll go through, which is the Jotron 2-part paint, that we can paint this out in white again, nice and clean. Headlining, some lighting, carpeted sides, just make it nice and cosy. And then I can concentrate on in there, keeping this nice and free, get the hatch open, get some air through the boat, and yeah, make it really nice, make it really comfy, and think about staying. I'm a long way from that yet, but the more I do, the further we get, and I've got a few friends that are helping me along the way with bits and pieces, so hopefully we can do a bit more. So I think what we're going to do now is carry on scraping, because there's just so much to scrape. My rather just get it off, because some of this is just falling on your head. And I'll catch you in a bit. Cheers. See you in a moment. Hello everyone, welcome back. Just going to call it an end to the day on Sarina. You probably can see I'm on a different boat this evening. I've just come down to see a friend and have a look at a couple of things with him. But as the title is, Josh in a boat, and hopefully not just Sarina, what we're doing on there, doing the project work on it. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys on some other boats in the future with other works that get carried out, given a hand, etc. But today, we just went through, started the scraping. As you saw, I wanted to start scraping the inside of the boat. We made a look at the V-berth and the plan on the V-berth and what we wanted to do with that, so that was good. Made a start in scraping with that as well. We had a look at the bilges. Well, we made a start anyway with the watery bilges, so in the next video I'm hoping we can lift up the floorboards, pump out all the water, and then crack on with the bilges. We also looked at the seacocks, and I know a few of you have commented on the seacocks. They're called a Blake seacock, so we're going to take those out, see if we can refurbish them and use them again, so that would be a good idea. There's a little bit of rotten wood. I mean, there's quite a bit of rotten wood for us to sort out, but no, we're getting there, we're underway, and I'm happy with performance so far. I'm literally making a list. I'm going on there at the moment and just doing jobs, but at the moment I'm trying to make a list of everything, spreadsheet, you know, working out times, etc., and what we're doing. But I'd like to take this opportunity for thanking you, for subscribing. I know we've got some good influx of subscribers coming through, which is excellent, so thank you to you all. Thank you for liking. Thank you for also commenting. I like the comments coming through for advice as well. That's good, it helps me. And any questions that you have, I try my best to answer them over a couple of days ahead, or whenever I can get to it. But no, I'd like to thank you all, and as always, just like, subscribe if you've just joined, and let's continue. So I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, thank you, bye.